Most retail traders are told the same thing from day one. Always aim for at least a 3-to-1 risk-reward. Risk $1 to make 3. Sounds logical, sounds professional, and yet most traders following this rule still lose. What nobody tells you is that 3-to-1 doesn't fail because it's mathematically wrong. It fails because humans are involved, and retail traders are not trading math, they're trading psychology. Let's talk about why 1-to-1 risk-reward quietly beats 3-to-1 for most retail traders, even though nobody wants to admit it. At the beginning, 3-to-1 feels exciting. You imagine fewer trades, bigger wins, faster growth. One good trade wipes out 3 losses. On paper, it looks unbeatable. But then reality shows up. Price gets close to your take profit and reverses. Again and again. You were right on direction, right on timing, but wrong on distance. So what do most retail traders do next? They move their stop to break even too early. They close partials too soon. They exit manually because it might reverse. Or worse, they cancel the take profit entirely and hope. This is the first hidden problem with 3-to-1. It forces patience that most traders don't have yet. Retail traders don't lose because they can't predict direction. They lose because they can't sit through uncertainty. A 3-to-1 trade spends most of its life in drawdown or small profit. Very little time is spent near the target. That creates constant emotional pressure. Now compare that to a 1-to-1 setup. With 1-to-1, price reaches your target much more often. You get feedback faster. You get paid faster. Your brain gets confirmation faster. That matters more than people realize, because trading is not just a strategy game, it's a behavior game. Here's something rarely said out loud. A strategy that works 40% of the time but feels good will outperform a strategy that works 30% of the time but feels unbearable. Most retail traders don't blow accounts from bad math, they blow accounts from breaking rules, and 3-to-1 encourages rule breaking. Let's talk numbers for a moment, but keep it simple. With 3-to-1, you can be profitable with a low win rate. Yes, that's true, but that low win rate means long losing streaks. 5 losses in a row, 6 losses in a row, sometimes more. For a new or mid-level trader, that's brutal. After the 4th loss, doubt creeps in. After the 5th, confidence disappears. By the 6th, discipline is gone. Now the trader starts changing things. Entry changes, stops move, position size increases to make it back faster, and the edge is gone. 1-to-1 doesn't create that same pressure. With a solid 1-to-1 system, win rates are often 50 to 60%, sometimes higher. That means fewer long losing streaks, more consistency, less emotional damage, and consistency is what retail traders actually need. Another uncomfortable truth, most retail traders don't let 3-to-1 winners hit full target anyway. They say they do, but they don't. They take profits early because they're afraid. They trail stops too tight. They exit the moment price hesitates. So in practice, that 3-to-1 becomes 1.5-to-1 or 2-to-1 while still keeping the same low win rate. That's the worst of both worlds. Now look at 1-to-1. You plan to take full profit, you actually take full profit, no hesitation. The strategy matches the trader's behavior. That alignment is everything. There's also execution quality. To hit consistent 3-to-1 targets, entries must be extremely precise, structure must be perfect, timing must be sharp. Most retail traders are not there yet, and that's okay. 1-to-1 is more forgiving. It allows for slightly late entries. It allows for normal spread and noise. It allows you to survive while learning. This is why professional prop firms quietly allow 1-to-1 strategies, even though social media gurus don't promote them. Prop firms care about consistency, not bragging rights. Retail traders want screenshots. Professionals want payouts. Another thing nobody talks about, screen time. With 3-to-1, trades can take hours or days to play out. That keeps traders glued to charts, over-managing, overthinking. With 1-to-1, trades resolve faster. You enter, you exit, you're done. Less screen time means less mistakes, and fewer mistakes mean better equity curves. Now, let's be clear about something important. This is not saying 3-to-1 is bad. It's saying 3-to-1 is advanced. It works best for traders with proven discipline, deep market understanding, emotional control, and experience sitting through drawdowns. Most retail traders are not there yet, and that's okay. 1-to-1 is not a beginner strategy, it's a realistic strategy. It builds confidence, it builds trust in execution, it builds consistency. And once consistency is achieved, then scaling risk or stretching targets becomes possible. But skipping that step is where most traders fail. The market doesn't reward ambition, it rewards survival. Quiet, boring, repeatable profits beat flashy ratios every time. That's why for most retail traders, 1-to-1 doesn't just compete with 3-to-1, it quietly beats it. Not on Twitter, not on YouTube thumbnails, but on real accounts. And in the end, that's the only place that matters.
Most traders hear everything I just said and still hesitate. Because deep down, they feel like choosing 1-to-1 means they're playing small, like they're admitting they're not good enough yet. That mindset alone destroys more accounts than bad entries ever will. Retail traders are constantly comparing themselves to imaginary standards, to screenshots, to social media wins, to people who never show the full story. And that pressure pushes them towards strategies they're not emotionally built to execute. Let's slow this down. When a trader uses 3-to-1, they're not just choosing a ratio. They're choosing a lifestyle of waiting. Waiting while price moves slowly. Waiting while drawdown sits on the screen. Waiting while doubt grows. That waiting does something dangerous. It gives the mind time to interfere. The longer a trade stays open, the more chances there are to sabotage it. You start asking questions like, what if this reverses? What if news comes out? What if I give back profits? And the moment those thoughts appear, the trade is no longer mechanical, it's emotional. Now compare that to a 1-to-1 trade. The process is cleaner, the outcome is quicker, the emotional exposure is shorter. You are in the market for less time, which means the market has less time to mess with your head. This is especially important for retail traders who trade alone. No desk, no risk manager, no team to keep them disciplined. Just them and their thoughts. Another thing most people don't realize is how confidence compounds. Winning trades don't just add money, they add belief. When a trader hits consistent 1-to-1 wins, something shifts internally. They stop hoping, they start expecting. They execute more calmly, they hesitate less on entries, they follow rules more naturally. That psychological upgrade is worth more than any extra reward ratio. Now think about the opposite. A trader chasing 3-to-1 misses target again and again and again. Even if the strategy is technically sound, the trader begins to question themselves, not the strategy, themselves. That's when self-trust breaks. And once self-trust is gone, no strategy works. This is why you often see traders jump from system to system. It's not because the systems don't work, it's because the trader never stayed with one long enough to feel safe executing it. 1-to-1 gives that safety faster. Let's talk about drawdowns. Every strategy has drawdowns, there is no escape from that. But the depth and length of drawdowns matter. With 3-to-1, drawdowns are often longer. They stretch across weeks, sometimes months. Most retail traders are not emotionally prepared for that. They don't just lose money during drawdowns, they lose patience, focus, and motivation. 1-to-1 drawdowns tend to be shorter. Losses are recovered sooner, equity curves stabilize faster, confidence rebuilds quicker. That keeps traders in the game, and staying in the game is the real edge. Another overlooked advantage of 1-to-1 is data quality. Because trades resolve faster, traders collect meaningful statistics sooner. They can see patterns, they can adjust rules, they can improve execution. With 3-to-1, it can take months to gather enough data to know if something actually works. Most people don't last that long. Now let's address the ego part. Social media glorifies high reward ratios because they look impressive. But profitability is not about impressing strangers. It's about growing capital quietly. The market doesn't care how smart you sound. It only pays consistency. And consistency comes from strategies that match who you are, not who you wish you were. This is why many professional traders start with conservative ratios and expand later. They earn the right to trade bigger targets. Retail traders try to skip that step. They want advanced results without advanced discipline. That gap is where accounts disappear. One-to-one closes that gap. It allows traders to grow into the market instead of fighting it. And once discipline becomes automatic, stretching to 1.5 to 1 or 2 to 1 becomes natural, not forced. But forcing 3 to 1 before that foundation exists is like racing a car before learning how to brake. Eventually, something breaks. So when people say 1 to 1 is too small, what they're really saying is they value excitement over stability. And the market punishes that mindset every single time. The traders who last are not the loudest. They are not the flashiest. They are the ones who chose what works for them quietly. That's why 1 to 1 keeps winning behind the scenes. Not because it's perfect, but because it's executable. And execution is what separates theory from profit.